The town of Dunespire, nestled at the edge of an endless desert, was a place where the sands whispered secrets and the stars watched silently over its inhabitants. Every century, the lantern of eternity was said to appear, a relic of unimaginable power that granted one wish to whoever could claim it. Many had sought it over the centuries, but the desert was merciless, and none had returned. On the eve of the lantern's rumored return, the sky above Dunespire shimmered with an eerie green light. Word spread quickly, drawing a group of strangers to the town's center. Each was drawn by the legend, each harboring their own hopes and secrets. Arin, a resourceful scavenger, was the first to speak. I've lived my whole life in this sandpit. If the lantern's out there, I'll find it. He carried a worn compass and an air of confidence, his survival in the desert a testament to his skills. Selise, a healer draped in soft fabrics, held a pendant that glowed faintly under the moonlight. Some wounds can't be healed, she murmured, her voice heavy with emotion. But maybe the lantern can fix what I've lost. Darek, a stoic warrior with a scarred face, stood silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, his voice was deep and measured. I don't seek the lantern for myself, but for those who depend on me. Lira, a sly thief with quick fingers and a mischievous grin, leaned against the fountain. The lantern belongs to whoever gets to it first, she said, her tone flippant. I'll just make sure it's me. Erynn, a young scholar clutching a weathered journal, adjusted his glasses. His voice trembled with excitement. Legends often hold truth, he said. If we decipher the clues, we can find it together. Finally, a hooded figure stepped into the circle of light, their features obscured. Their voice was calm, yet carried an undeniable weight. Be wary of what you wish for, the stranger said. The lantern's light burns brighter than the stars. The next morning, as dawn painted the dunes in shades of gold and crimson, the group set out. The stranger took the lead, their movements sure despite the shifting sands. The desert was alive with danger. Whispering winds that carried secrets, mirages that lured the unwary, and the ever-present threat of thirst and exhaustion. Their first challenge came in the form of a sudden sandstorm. The group huddled in panic, but Arin, his eyes sharp and his movements sure, guided them to the safety of a rocky outcrop. Stick close, he shouted over the roar of the storm. I know this land like the back of my hand. Later, they encountered a venomous scorpion, its sting striking Darek's arm before he could react. Selise rushed to his side, her pendant glowing brightly as she chanted an incantation. The venom receded, leaving Darek shaken but alive. Thank you, he said gruffly. Selise only nodded, her eyes distant. One evening, as the group rested, Erynn's journal went missing. Lira returned it with a smirk, feigning innocence. You need better hiding places, she teased. But when Erynn fell into quicksand the next day, it was Lira who threw him a rope, saving his life. Guess we're even, she said, her grin softening into something genuine. Days later, they reached the Cave of Echoes, where the lantern was said to rest. The entrance was guarded by ancient riddles carved into the stone. To pass, you must leave behind what you hold most dear. Arin was the first to act, placing his compass, his lifeline in the desert, on the altar. The door shimmered faintly. Selise hesitated before removing her pendant, the last gift from her late mother, and laying it down. Darek followed, relinquishing his sword, the weapon that had protected him for so long. Lira, to everyone's surprise, produced a small crest, the only tie to her family, and placed it alongside the others. Erynn, with trembling hands, tore apart the journal that held his lifelong research. With each sacrifice, the door began to glow brighter. Inside, the group found the lantern of eternity, its golden light filling the chamber. Before anyone could touch it, the stranger stepped forward, throwing back their hood to reveal a timeless face. The lantern does not grant wishes lightly, they said. It reveals your true heart's desire and asks you to choose. Keep your wish or share its power with the world. The group exchanged glances, the weight of their journey pressing down on them. At last, Arin spoke. "We've come this far together. Let's make a wish that helps everyone." The others nodded in agreement, and the stranger smiled faintly. The lantern's light flared, and a wave of magic swept through the desert. When the group emerged from the cave, they found the barren sands transformed into a lush oasis, teeming with life. In the days that followed, the group parted ways, forever changed. Arin became a guide, helping others navigate the now thriving desert. Selise used her newfound strength to heal the sick and wounded, her pendant returned by the lantern's magic. Darek found peace, finally laying down his sword. Lira stayed to help build a community, her sharp wit and resourcefulness indispensable. Erynn chronicled the story, ensuring the tale of the lantern would live on. As for the stranger, they vanished into the sands, a faint glimmer of the lantern's light trailing behind them. Though the lantern's glow had faded, its magic remained in their hearts. A reminder that even in the harshest of places, hope could bloom.